Hello friends, and welcome to this video of our compost update of these Earth Machine compost bins. Now we have two, and today we're taking off both of them to stir everything up really good and mix some of this compost in with some existing potting soil that we want to go ahead and supplement it to make it really nutritious for our plants again. And this is probably about 2 years of just using both these compost bins. Probably a couple years worth of composting. It's been doing really well. So you can see we got that bottom layer there, looks pretty good. And then the top layer here where we've been mixing in our browns and our greens. And it's just been really fun being able to, on a weekly basis, bring all of the food scraps out here and toss them in and toss some leaves in and just see how it breaks down over time. And you're just making very nutritious compost for your plants. Over here we have a holding area for leaves, and this is during the fall season. I have a leaf blower that also mulches and bags the leaves, and I'll just dump those over here, and that's perfect for whenever at the end of the week I bring the food scraps out here to just toss in and mix in. We do have an ant problem. You can just, I don't know if you can see that on camera, but just so many ants. The ground is moving, which apparently is an indicator we haven't been keeping the compost bin moist enough. But otherwise, still doing really well. The concern originally was that it just wouldn't work. You know, I personally had my doubts of we would be filling up the bin and it wouldn't break down, or maybe we wouldn't get our ratio correct of browns and greens. But I'm very pleased with the results. And it's just, you know, even if you're not looking to make compost for your plants or whatever, it's still a good way to reduce the amount of waste you're putting in the trash can. And so the goal with this is we've really only taken a pitchfork each week, poked some holes in here and just added to it. We haven't really been able to give it a good stirring and really rotate everything. So and that's what the goal of today will be, with taking these bins off the ground and just giving everything a good mixing.
Due to the graphic nature of this program, viewer discretion is advised.
Okay, so if you don't like gross things, turn away from the screen now. But we found a few of these larvae looking things towards the bottom of the compost. Not sure what they are. And here's how much compost we were able to get out of these two bins. Again, this was about 2 years worth of composting. And then the top layer and the layer that we sifted out that isn't going into the compost pile. This will be used for our pots and replenishing the compost that's been depleted out of those. And then the top layer will be going into this other bin. We're going to consolidate both of these bins into one. And then anything we have left over from this compost pile will go on the top. And then this one will be empty. And you can see here where we even compost our hair whenever we cut our own hair. That still needs some time to break down. And you can see other food products that haven't broken down yet that'll be going back in to then be turned into this beautiful compost. All right, so funny story about these things. We got these things growing in the middle of our yard. But the funny thing is that I bought these at Aldi's like 3 years ago, and we planted them here. And I think at first we didn't really have good luck with them growing. Like a few of them came up, but now they're really coming up each year. And
we dug some of them up to plant like the bush there and the rose bush. So we just tossed the bulbs in the yard that didn't think they were going to take.
yeah, so Anthony just tossed them in the yard, and they're actually growing in the middle of our yard now. So we're digging them up, going to plant these bulbs in a little planter since they're doing so well. And here's the soil that we made last year. We just store it in these big plastic bags. Might have to do a video on that because we made this soil on our own last year and the year before. Okay. And we got these planted in this cute little planter. I think that blue is gonna go perfect with the purplish, bluish, lavenderish color and the green. And that'll conclude this video.